I'm now live on OBX page. Hello. Good to see you guys. Alright, so I am going to do my last video of the day on the OBX account. So that's what I'm going to do for the next 30 minutes, starting now at 5:45 Pacific Coast time. I'll be answering questions. We might bring on some special guests, those of whom you might know from the cast. So, here we go. All right, first question is... Oh.
Rudy on the Spanish,
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Alrighty, question number 1. Oh. Favorite outfit of JJ's? That's an excellent question. I think... Well, alright. Let's go through them. Episode 1 is the Coors. The Coors banquet tank. Legendary. I sure hope, wherever they got that, they mass-produced that with JJ on the back. Coors, that shout out to you. And then, of course, with the military boots, which are also going to be legendary. I think, yeah, I think I gotta go with the hot tub outfit though. Like I think they were supposed to be Versace. Like it says it was scripted Versace sunglasses, the golden chain, and the the colorful shorts. I forget, Emmy, if you're on here, those shorts had a specific name. I can't remember exactly what, but the hot tub outfit was amazing. Thank you, Emmy. All right. Favorite moment on set? Favorite moment on set is when JD, the guy that plays Pope, some of you might know him, could not say the words Northwest Quadrant. I was about to say what he said. He kept saying Northwest Quadrant, and I could not keep it together. That is definitely one of my favorite moments on set, is when JD just cannot pronounce Northwest Quadrant. It's actually quite hard to say it like 10 times fast. Northwest Quadrant, Northwest Quadrant, Northwest Quadrant, Northwest Quadrant. Oh. I like this question because I feel like I can ask a lot of people this, but I think I would, and that's full-heartedly being honest, is that I would meet JJ and I'd be like, this guy's an asshole. But then I would come to find out that he's a pretty down-to-earth mother trucker. And he would probably be honest with you how he feels, and he doesn't hide things. And I don't really get along with people very well when they are trying to not be themselves and hide who they are. And JJ definitely doesn't do that. So yeah, I think I would probably be his friend for sure. That's a good question. Thank you. We're gonna go with I love soccer. Thank you for asking that question. Was it hard to act as JJ? Yes and no. There were times where I think I connected with JJ very personally, and emotions came easier than others. I would say actually something about JJ I really struggled with was being able to find his sense of humor. Knowing exactly what makes him laugh is definitely a characteristic that I kind of struggled with for a little while, but then I found out what, he thought was hilarious, and his, basically whenever John B just fails is his sense of humor. Speaking of John B, is Mr. Stokes on here? Chasse. I think we have someone here that would like to add on to that last question. What do you think?
What's going on?
What do you think? What do you think is JJ's sense of humor?
Dry.
Dry. I just said whenever John B fails.
Yeah,
That's basically
no,
it.
you definitely clap off on me. Like JJ's sense of humor is like, dear God, please let John B fail. Therefore, I can make fun of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You look
All right,
good.
man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? Hanging
I'm
out with
good.
Daddy-O.
Hanging out with Daddy-O. Is Daddy-O
Yeah.
there? I can say hi.
He's hiding right now. He's doing his thing. But I will let him know. Hefe. Right.
No.
He's sleeping. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. The live went all right today. I don't know. How long were you on there? I saw you.
I was on there for like 5-6 minutes.
Solid. Thank you. I got bored. I know. You can only take so much of me. No, that was a great one. Like, here.
Oh, come on. Should we answer some questions? Should we do it?
Why not?
Hey, should we send it?
We fucking send. Oh, can't say that word, but let's send it, dude. Send it. Don't say that word.
You have the questions. I don't have them.
Hey, I like.
Hold on. I just want to give a quick shout out to Danielle. Hi, hello. I will definitely let my mom know that you said hello, and I will let Riley know that I said hi.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
So did you see who I talked to on the live by any chance?
No.
No, you didn't. You didn't see
I don't
anybody.
think I was there for that,
dude. So I brought on this girl named Caroline, and she's an ER doc.
Wow.
She was an ER doc, so I brought her on, and I just asked her questions on basically like how do you cope with anxiety about this.
No
and,
way.
Like, yeah, I know, it was really amazing. And Caroline, if you're watching this again, dude, thank you so much. I've been trying to find the Facebook page. I'll be honest. If you want to message me again, I thought I found it, but I'm not 100% sure. If you're watching right now, please message me. And,
please let us know. I mean, I think
the Facebook page.
I can justifiably say that the entire cast is really interested in trying to help out in whatever ways that we can, whether it's with the virus, whether it's with, causing or finding sanity during this time, or helping people cope during this pandemic. So anybody who's out there, whether it's, Caroline, right? That's her name?
Yeah, Caroline.
Whether it's Caroline or anybody else, man, if you guys have any tips, pointers, whatever, shoot us DMs so that we can start. I think one thing that I want to focus on in the near future is creating some sort of platform so that we can talk about this stuff, so that we can kind of come together and create a community. OBX is such a great show, but I think beyond that, like, it's so sick that we have a platform that we can talk about these things, and that we can sit down and be open about our fears, our anxieties, our concerns about this stuff. And let's start a dialogue. Let's really be open about these things and try to help each other out.
Yeah,
so,
and
thank you, Caroline.
These lives, guys, if these lives are helping you cope with what's going on out there right now, please let us know, because we will listen to that. We definitely are like really trying to, balance what's going on in our lives right now personally, and also this, and trying to, like, this also helps us like take our mind off of everything. Sure. Like, don't think that this is only like us trying to please you guys. This is also us being like, yo, if there's anything I can make to make anybody's day better, or think about something else than coronavirus and the economy right now, why not do it? Because we really are struggling with ourselves, Yeah,
so. I mean, I think it's, to touch on what Rudy's saying, I think it's interesting because I think because of the show, it seems like everything is, roses and dandelions. But for us, there's a lot of concern. I mean, Rudy and I have spent countless hours, right, talking about, how to stay safe and how to, maneuver through Los Angeles and be respectful to others and their safety. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about us. It's not a singular thing. And I think we're trying to make sure that we connect with you guys in that way and show that this show and our platform is not just about us. And the same goes for the pandemic. It's not just about you. It's about putting on the mask and putting on the gloves for the safety of others. So I think ultimately, if we can continue to do these lives and continue to do this in the ways that we are, and it's a way that we can take everybody out of the harsh reality of what we're at right now, then that's the ultimate win. The show is fantastic, and we love that you guys love the show. But at the end of the day, like, we want people to be safe, and we want you to be happy. Like, we want you to have some sanity and have some clarity. So at the end of the day, if we can create a universe around the show during a crazy time period where we can open up with you guys and have a space for you to be able to open up and talk about the things that are concerning to you, that's awesome. And I think the cool thing too, Rude, to talk about now, maybe we can take a second to talk about this, is May is mental health awareness month. And so I think to sort of transition from coronavirus, and then transition into something that is just equally as important during this pandemic, is the safety of our mental health, and to be honest about the anxiety that it brings, and to be honest about, you know, the PTSD and the depression that we deal with during the time frame that we're stuck in. I mean, most of us are stuck inside, and to be open and to have a platform like this is such a beautiful thing, because I love that you guys are, I see the comments, like you guys are sending clapping emojis, and yes, like glad we're talking about this. I love that, because this is the reality of the lifestyle that we're stuck in. And Rudy and I want to make sure that not just between Rudy and I, but with Maddie and JD and Caroline and Chip and Nick and Drew and all of us that are a part of this show, even Jonas, like we want to create a platform that's bigger than the show. And we want to create a world where we can be open about these things and not be judged, and to make mental health a priority, and something that I want to talk about with Rudy, and something that we can, you know, sit down with in the future, is making mental health normal. I want to make sure that this is not something that gets put on the back burner because we're insecure about it. And we've talked about this a billion times, you know, whether it's, you know, like you've dealt with your whole life with dyslexia, or the things that I deal with anxiety. Like, let's make mental health normal. And this is a perfect time to talk about it because of everything going on in the world.
Yeah. And I mean, we will always want to talk and be honest and take the mask off of this entire well, you know, hierarchy or whatever you want to say.
Absolutely.
About like, this is something that like people of this fame or whatever cannot talk about. This is definitely something that is very real that we should address to everybody. That so I don't know if this is exactly something we should keep talking about right now, because we have, I think, 30 minutes to answer some questions.
I think we should focus on the questions, and we should, you know, keep it fun and exciting.
No.
I think.
I'm so sorry, Chase. Mental health right now, this is something we definitely need to talk about. It's just what I'm trying to figure out is the balance of, if it's something that people are aware about and we are aware about, then let's deal with it in not talking exactly about it. Then
100%. Absolutely. I think you're right. I think I guess what I was saying is like, I think there's a separate time to talk about that. Like, obviously we plan this to just sit and shoot the shit and talk and laugh with people or whatever. But I wanted to make a point to everybody who's here, all 23,000 of you, that you're not alone. And we've talked about this, and we want to use our platform for the betterment of society across the world. And Rudy and I have, you know, been open about our struggles with certain things, and we want to find a time to bring you guys on here and talk about the things that you're concerned about. And if somebody tells me I look like Debbie Ryan one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Well, I was gonna ask you that. I found that out today with JD. I was like, what is this Debbie Ryan thing? But okay, before we transition to the questions and everything, Chase, 100% agree. And I think what we just need to say to you guys, all 23,000 of you guys that are watching, is thank you so much. And we hear and listen to you, and we want to give you guys the attention and the honesty about us. And that is the truth, is that we are aware that this is what everybody is feeling right now. So in ways to cope with that, we answer these questions, and we are trying to be some sort of, you know, escapism from it all. So here we go. Why are you called Debbie? Like, why do people?
Yeah, why do you guys think I look like Debbie Ryan?
What about
me?
I thought you started this, Chase.
No, I didn't.
No?
It's so funny because I like, you know, obviously knowing Michael and all that, I was like, maybe there's like a weird correlation. No. Oh, people are saying Tammy.
What?
People are saying Tammy. You're covering your mic.
Oh, it's the Debbie. It's your eyes, dude. It's your eyes, you know. Debbie, if you're on here, you know.
Hey, Debbie, what's going on?
If does Chase? Do you agree? I mean, here, let me. Should I pull up a photo? No, I can't really, or else it's gonna pause.
Oh man, it's okay. I have a question. Why did Netflix cast 21-year-olds to play 16-year-olds? I got an answer for you, actually. So, in the film industry, if you're under the age of 18, there are certain restrictions on time that you can work. And there's also a lot of things that, you know, people under the age of 18 might not have the skill set for, like driving boats, the physicality of things as well. When they started casting this show, they started with true 16-year-olds.
Hey,
So
Billy.
they really wanted to have a cast of 16-year-olds. But unfortunately, the lips, maybe it's the lips. I've seen a lot of lips. Hi, Bales.
You have great lips.
We love
All right,
you.
continue.
You have great lips. So I think they were looking for a 16-year-old, but unfortunately, they didn't find the guys that and the girls that they felt like fit the mold for this show. So with that being said, they widened the search, and the harsh reality of the entertainment industry is you don't always find your guy within that age range. But their ideology was to cast that, and then it just continued to widen. And Jonas had a very specific idea for what he wanted for each individual character, and I absolutely respect him for not stopping till he found exactly what he wanted in all of the characters. So, bravo to Jonas. You know,
Bravo.
congratulations to us. And I think obviously you guys, you know, have enjoyed the show enough to put age aside. And I think it's a beautiful thing to not look at us for what our age is and focus more so on the characters and what the characters bring to the table. So,
Yeah. And like,
yeah.
there's some things that I think a 16-year-old person is really hard to cope with, to get to understand sometimes. But
Sure.
I actually think, to be completely honest, there's definitely a lot of 16-year-olds out there that could have done JJ.
And John B, for sure.
And I think it's just like we were going through the casting process, and the casting process, let me tell you, was absurd.
We had a different experience than I did.
It was insane. It was and I think Jonas came to find out that it was just he was having a lot of trouble trying to find the depth of the characters in 16-year-olds at the time, which definitely is there, and it definitely is real, and it's out there. It's just casting's a different world. It's like it has to go. There's a deadline with casting.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing to note too is like, whether it's entertainment, whether it's accounting, whether it's being a dentist, right? Everybody has a specific job, and the casting directors are fantastic at their job. Laura Schiff and Lisa Mae Fincannon, they're the best in the business. And so they knew what they wanted, and they weren't going to stop until they got it. So at the end of the day, you know, hopefully you guys are enjoying the show as much as you are, but, you know, leave it up to them. Laura and Miss Lisa Mae, like, they did a fantastic job of not just biting the bullet and finding, you know, the first 5 guys that they cast. And at the end of the day, that's an awesome thing to say that they had one of the largest widespread casting options beyond Mad Men. Like, the last show that Laura Schiff casted besides this and Lisa, you know, Fincannon casted was Mad Men and Walking Dead. So they went through the absolute ringer to find everybody that they wanted. And they could have taken, you know, the first cream of the crop, but they, you know, they waited out and they got the cast that they wanted versus the cast that they needed, if that makes sense. So
yeah, that's a good question. That was a good question. I never asked that. Good question.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
why don't you dive in the question thing?
I'm diving in deep. Let me know if you see one on there.
Yeah, I'm looking. Can you love me? We love all of you guys. Like, so, we try to do our best. Mads, yes, I am growing out the hair. Actually, it's just quarantine and I can't really cut it. So
believe it or not, I'm only 4'3", you know, so here's the handle for the door. I'm only 4'3".
Yeah, we do a lot of work with Rudy on Apple boxes.
I'm like a Tom Cruise, you know. So,
Rudy's like a Lego man.
Yeah, exactly. Chase, how tall are you?
I'm 7'8".
7'8".
On Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Tuesday, Thursday, I am like 6'12", which is 7 feet. So it ranges about 8 inches.
Right.
Depending on the day.
So like you kind of just all of a sudden it's one of those days. Like you wake up and your feet are off the bed and you're like, it's one of those days.
It's like Will Ferrell and Elf.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
I can just picture you in the shower.
Yeah. It's like, I work on Santa's sleigh and stuff. All right, find a question.
Uh,
Mate. Uh-oh. I'm on 10%
this
battery.
one?
So I'm
Oh no. Oh no.
oh no. Oh no.
How long? Uh,
Um, favorite
okay.
show other than OBX? That's a good one.
All right,
That's a
that's a
good
good
one.
one. This is also a good one. So let's go
Yeah,
for it.
set it up. Set it straight.
Favorite show other than the OBX?
Yeah.
I'm
Do we
gonna
do of
go
all
with.
time or do we do current shows running?
Let's do current shows. Let's do current shows
Okay.
right now.
All right. You
Uh,
got one? You want
let's
me?
do I got one. I got one. Favorite show right now that really moved me was freaking I can't even get Midnight Gospel. I'm so sorry. Midnight Gospel was amazing. It was I like learned everything. I learned so much from it. It was the latest one that I binged was Midnight Gospel, and I loved it. I think it's gorgeously put together. It has a great concept, and the finale of the finale of that show was like really moving, and I was like, bravo,
Midnight
bravo.
Gospel.
Midnight
I haven't watched
Gospel.
that
It's
yet.
like it's actually a really cool concept. It's like it's done podcast like where it's like it has two people and they're just basically doing a podcast, but then they have animation put over it, and the animation is like a crazy adventure. Like the creator of the show, he said it's like a Indiana Jones movie, but with animation, with a podcast dubbed. And it was like it's a crazy concept.
What platform?
It's on Netflix. Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's on Netflix. Yeah.
Dive into it. All right, you ready for mine?
Yeah.
Subtle plug, but Hollywood on Netflix. One of my best friends from high school back in Orlando. He was in theater program. I did television production. So we booked these shows very similarly in time from each other. And Hollywood is Ryan Murphy, who did American Horror Story, American Horror Story, American Crime Story, Glee, Pose, a lot of fantastic stuff. But this is his first installment into the Netflix family. And it's essentially if you took the world of Hollywood during the time of, I believe, the 40s and 50s, if I remember correctly, and sort of put a twist on the story. And if you added things, and I'm not going to ruin it because I see a bunch of comments saying I'm watching Hollywood. If you added a modern twist onto, if we took some of the modern day experiences, such as
Yeah, don't ruin it because I'm watching it too. Like I'm on episode 3 right now.
Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. It's essentially if you took the 40s and 50s in Hollywood and then morphed it with modern day Hollywood, whether it's studio heads, whether it's relationships, whether it's script writing, acting, whatever. And it is so great to see a twist on things in the ways that they have put on it. And I think it's very bold. I think it's very brave. And I think it's a story that needs to be told. And the acting is fantastic. Darren Criss, Jeremy Pope, what's his face from Big Bang Theory, Sheldon. He can play Sheldon. Dylan McDermott is fantastic. I mean, there's so many great people in that show, but it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful show. It's beautifully shot. I finished it when it came out. I was lucky. Jeremy, gave me the keys to the castle, and I highly suggest it. But yeah, I think that's great.
No, Hollywood's definitely gonna. Here's my thing. Hollywood's gonna win so many awards. It's gonna win so many awards. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's
Hollywood,
an Emmy show.
Hollywood.
It's an Emmy show.
Giving itself awards. I don't know. It's just funny. It's a good idea. It's a great concept of a show, and I love it.
I agree.
Anyway,
I totally agree.
Somebody
just asked if we've ever watched Friends. Yeah.
Yeah, we've watched Friends. What's your favorite thing about your character?
Favorite thing about my character?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Love yourself.
I think my favorite thing about John B is I think his resilience. I think the fact that he's got everything stacked against him. I mean, if you look at it from like a 1,000-foot overview, His mom's been gone since he was a young kid. His dad's gone. So he's dealing with the potential reality that neither of his parents are ever going to come back. And to have that harsh realization and then continue to push forward on a day-to-day basis with the stakes being as high as they are, I think that's incredibly brave. And I think to be able to play a character that is willing to take death and to take high stakes and to believe in his friends and have the trust in his friends in the ways that he does was such a fun thing to play. And as you know, like I'm kind of going through a lot with my own family right now. So to take those experiences of what I went through with John B and apply those to my own life is helped me a lot to rely on people like you, to rely on people like JD and Maddie Bailey and Maddie Klein and Drew and even Jonas, you know, to talk to him about that stuff. So it's helped me a lot with my own personal life in ways that I don't think I ever anticipated it to.
Right. That's damn. Guys, I can't top that. But that was beautiful.
It's not about topping it. Go.
No, I can't top
do it.
I'd say my favorite thing about JJ is his perseverance. JJ goes through a bunch of ups and downs, and he always seems to want to get through it. He always knows that he's gonna get through it one way or another. And it's scary at times for him, and it's uplifting at times for him, and that's what I really connected with JJ, is that he always wanted to get through it as best as he could, you know, and he always tried. He always tried. So yeah, that's what I love about JJ. You guys, Marvel, Star Wars.
I think
that's intense because it's
think Star Wars. I think Star Wars.
Oh man, that's a good.
Am I gonna die for that?
Am I gonna die for that? I think I might.
I don't know. Just lightsabers and the Force is just so sick, and space in the ways that Star Wars does it.
Star Wars was definitely a bigger part of my childhood, but then Marvel was definitely a part of my like teenage years. So it's like.
Yeah. Hey, too. Can I tell you one of my favorite moments for JJ that like really resonated with me?
Shoot.
So when we were outside of Barry's apartment or Barry's trailer, and you have the money in the car to kind of talk about JJ getting over humps and all of that stuff. When JJ realizes he comes out with the money and his first instinct was to split it up, and then to offer everybody money for his own wrongdoings. Like he's like, I'm sorry, I put you through this. Here's $5,000 for you. Here's $5,000 for you. And regardless of the circumstance at hand, JJ was the person who went in, who physically took the money, and his first reaction was, I'm sorry, I've put you guys in a shitty situation. Here's your compensation for it. And so, like, as a human being at our absolute core, right, I think something I've learned in life is you have to be selfish in order to be selfless, meaning you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of others. And
I remember when you told me that,
yeah. I have a hair in my mouth, and it's really bugging me. I got it.
Yours?
But for JJ to take that and flip it on its head and be selfless in order to be selfish, he doesn't even think about being selfish. It's all about being selfless. He's like, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have put you guys through this, but I did, and I feel bad about it, so here's money. And that's his way of showing his love, in a sense. Was so beautiful because he put everything else aside and he was like, I love you guys. I'm sorry for what I've done. This is all I have to give you. So I'm going to give you literally, like, JJ never really has anything to give except his heart. And that was the one time in the show, besides, you know, at the end of the show. But as soon as he had something to give, he immediately gave it up. And that was such a beautiful moment because it showed the absolute core of this character in its truest form. And I think that's a beautiful thing for all of you guys to see, is that it's not about what you have to give. It's the fact that anything that you do have, you are willing to do for people that you love. And that's an important thing to remember, because I think society teaches us to be selfish at times. And this is a beautiful example of where a kid has nothing. I mean, these kids really have nothing. but his first instinct was, I'm going to give him my friends because I care about them and I've put them in a shitty situation. So
Yeah.
that I think was my favorite thing to watch.
No, thank you, man. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never heard that from Chase. We've had so many countless talks about what scenes was our favorite together personally. And Chase, that was moving, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm not really moved right now, like JJ would. But guys, I just have to say this. This is something really special to Chase and I in particular. Is that we both really didn't have a whole lot to lose when we got these jobs. So one of our sayings,
Gonna make me cry, dude.
one of our sayings were always like, when we were like gonna do a scene together, we were gonna like go in deep and just look at each other and be like, bro, hey, we got nothing to lose, man. We got nothing to lose. And I looked at Chase with those words, and we both started crying on the last scene we had to do together. And we were just like, bro, we got nothing to lose. And we just, boom, we just started crying. It's a beautiful moment on set. And I love you, man. I love you so much. And that's something
really do.
I'm okay with sharing with you guys. I'm okay with sharing you guys with that because it really is.
No, absolutely.
It's what Chase and I are along the road with, and I think that's awesome that we got to share that with you guys, just the two of us. So thank you for witnessing that.
And I'm glad that you shoved it in there, man. Love you, dude.
I love you, man. All right, guys. Hey, I actually said, dude, you're good. We're good. I gotta sign off because this is
my phone is literally on 2%, so I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thanks for allowing me to steal a little bit of time with you. And
me as well. Me as well.
Dash back. I'm grinding mine.
It's coming back. She doesn't want to go away. It's like, yo, you can't get rid of me.
You brought the thunder, and now the thunder's staying.
No, watch out. No, watch out. We got. I don't think we could use our nicknames that we want to use our nickname for our alter ego stash people. Nope. Probably not share that.
No.
I love you guys.
Oh, did I tell you what happened 2 days ago?
What?
I was in Seal Beach. Okay, so obviously because of the quarantine, we're not really going out, but my dad was in town, and I will be taking over the OBX account soon. I'll let you guys know. So we'll do, a talk about similar stuff soon notice, and I will have this guy on there too. Surprise! I'm gonna bring you on.
Oh no!
No, I'll tell that story later. But anyways, no, thanks for having me on, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
you did.
You emailed it to me. You emailed me the paperwork.
Yeah. Right. Venmo's in place.
All right, percentages all figured out.
Yeah, totally. Agents, managers, we're all
on the loop. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I love you, and I'll be talking to you soon.
I love you, dude. Absolutely. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye, guys.
That was great.